Greetings of peace and love. Thank you for tuning in. Today, I want to talk to you about why you should hire a doula early in your pregnancy process and the benefits of that, and why you should hire a doula as soon as possible, as opposed to waiting. All right, so the first thing I will say, the number one reason why you should hire a doula earlier in your pregnancy is because doulas are there to help you figure things out. They are there to shortcut things for you, to give you the inside scoop of things. If you have an experienced doula, she's had experience at different hospitals, different birthing facilities. She can answer questions from a outside looking in on, okay, what has been the experience for various different clients going through this system, or going and working with this provider. She is also going to be networked with other doulas in the area, so she can tell you, yes, definitely, or if there's anything that she wants to know, she can ask her network, and then they will be able to provide that information for you. I think the biggest misconception that I see people think is like, well, I want to hire a doula, but let me go to all my doctor's appointments and let me let you know afterwards. I'm going to figure it out. And it's like, the last thing I would want you to do is for you to stay with this doctor for the next 20 weeks only to tell me at the end that they want to do a C-section on you, or they don't think that you can labor, or, the hospital isn't going to provide the things that you want for your birthing experience. It's really not the best optimal thing to do. Better that you go ahead and hire one earlier. That way you can get your questions answered first. You don't have to wait. Your doula's job is to help you figure things out, hold your hand, to stand with you, and to work through all the different options with insurance, with your provider, with your facility, with different supplements you could take, with different practitioners, chiropractic and massage therapists, and helping you find the best care team provider that's going to work for you in your environment. So don't think that you have to figure everything out and then hire your doula at the last minute because the primary thing that you want is birth. You don't have to wait. The second reason that you should hire a doula early in your pregnancy is because your doula is going to provide you targeted information. The information that you need to specifically answer your question. This information is going to be evidence-based. This information is going to be credible. So that way you are not left to the demises of Dr. Google that can send you in 1,000,001 different ways. You know how it is when you start looking for one thing, it leads you to the next thing, and then before you know, you've been on Google for 2 or 3 hours, and you still don't know what is the right thing to do. So your doula, if you have a question about morning sickness, if you have a question about cramping, if you have a question about swelling, if you have a question about, when can you start getting prenatal massages or whatever, your doula can answer you with targeted evidence-based information right away. So throughout your pregnancy, you're getting targeted information that's tailored for you and for your specific information. I've seen so many people on mommy blogs, and the mom says, oh, well, I did this and da-da-da-da-da. Well, there may be a whole set of circumstances that's very unique to that particular woman, and that's why that worked for her, and that's why she went down this route, and it may be totally not applicable to you. But since you can't have a conversation with the people on the mommy blogs, they just post, articles and things that have worked for them, and whatever the case may be, you don't have that back and forth relationship like you can have with your doula, who can say, your doula can interview you, she can review your wellness information, she can hear about what your philosophies are, she can listen to what it is that you want, and then she can provide targeted information to you specifically for that. The third reason why you want to hire a doula early in your pregnancy is because you have the time to build a relationship. It's so important that she has a chance to meet your partner. She has a chance to meet the people who are going to be at your birth, so that everybody can be on the same page. She has a chance to get to know what it is that you like, what it is that you don't like. Are you a touchy-feely person? Do you like humor? Is your humor dry? Are you corny? Like, she's going to know, you're going to have more time to get to know her over a period of time, instead of, bringing her in the 11th hour, for everything to work. It works so much better to build that relationship, because your birth is an intimate setting. It's an intimate experience. So you want to make sure that you have that relationship with your doula. And another good thing, as sort of like a bonus, is that your doula remains the constant. So if you start off having a home birth and for some reason you need a transfer, your doula goes with you. Your doula is attached to you. Your doula is not attached to any one facility or any one doctor. It's attached to you. So even though you may be working through insurance issues and maybe you start off at a free clinic and then you can go to this hospital and then you move to a midwife, throughout all those moves, the one constant remainder will be the doula. So if you hire her earlier on, you're going to have that consistent person in your life through all these different transitions that could perhaps happen while pregnant as a bonus. Number 4, the reason why you should hire a doula early in your pregnancy is because you will have peace of mind. You will know that you will have professional labor support on the day of your labor. And with that, a little caveat is you want to make sure that you hire a professional doula, not a hobby doula or somebody that doulas on the side and they may or may not be available. You don't know. You roll the dice and just see. Hire a professional doula who has a team behind her so that you will be guaranteed to have professional support during your labor. That'll just be one less thing that you have to worry about. You can check that off the list and concentrate on other different transitions during your pregnancy and know that that's taken care of. Finally, number 5, something that really resonates with so many different families. If you hire a doula early, you'll have more payment options. You'll have more payment options. Most parts of the country, in the United States at least, doulas are an out-of-pocket investment in your birthing experience. And so sometimes families have the option to have that reimbursed. Sometimes they have options, all kinds of different options. But the sooner you start the conversation and the sooner that you start the process, the more options that you have, the more things become available to you, whether it be payment plans, whether it be financing, whether it be exploring what type of insurance you should choose, because sometimes people end up getting pregnant during an open enrollment period in time in their jobs. So imagine if you had already known and allocated, I'm going to hire a doula, I'm going to do that now, then you could be, perhaps investing in an FSA or an HSA, or maybe select that one plan that they have that has that bonus, that has that additional doula coverage. And so the sooner that you make that choice, if you happen to fall in an open enrollment, you're going to have more options. If you have a payment plan, paying your doula fees over the course of 9 months is a lot easier than hiring your doula when you have when you're 37, 38 weeks and then you have to just do one lump sum. But anyway, either way it goes, definitely just have the conversation. Don't I see so many people shut down the ability or the option to explore doula services because they think it's going to be this or they think it's going to be that, and they never talk to the doula to actually see, well, what exactly do you offer and what exactly, like, how could we make this possible for me because this is something that I really want. So that is my video. That is my message to you today. If you're pregnant, definitely hire a doula as early in your pregnancy as possible. The sooner, the better. Peace and love.